Okay, so in this tutorial, we'll quickly look at how you can schedule or join a meeting. So I'm assuming that you've already logged into your Teams, whether on browser or app. And what you want to do whenever you have a meeting is to go to the calendar tab on the left. So on the left of my screen, you'll see an icon for calendar. You click that. And there are three items here at the top of my screen, at the top right. There's join with an ID. So if there's already a meeting that you've been invited where you have an ID and passcode, this is where you enter it. You could create an instant meeting. Let's say you just need to use Teams to create an instant meeting immediately. This is where you create it, meet now, name your meeting and start it immediately. The alternative would be to schedule a meeting. So right here, you can see there's this button, new meeting, and on its right, there's this drop icon. So I can click that, and there are several types of meetings. You can select class, lecture, town hall, webinar, or just simply schedule meeting. For now, schedule meeting will be perfect for our needs. Quickly, I can just give my class a name. I can call it Teams Demo Class. If I have required attendees, I can add their emails here. So I can just add some emails over here. This is probably what you want to do if you have just a few people who you want to join your meeting. And by adding their emails, they will get an email alert telling them that a meeting has been scheduled by your name. So by David in this case, and it's from what time. So here is where you select the date. So let's say I want my meeting to be on Monday, the 15th of April, 2024. And I want my meeting to be from maybe 12:30 p.m. to still Monday. I want my meeting to last about an hour and a half, 12:30 to 2. If it's an all-day meeting, you can toggle that on there. If you want this meeting to repeat, you will select the frequency of your meeting. So do you want it daily or weekly? So for most of you, it's probably weekly or monthly, whichever. And then here you select, you want it to repeat for how often, how many cycles. So repeat every 1 week on Mondays up until maybe June, perhaps, June the 3rd. And it'll tell you it will occur every Monday morning starting, every Monday starting 15th to 3rd of June. And you'll be able to save that. If it has a location, you could add it there. But if it's an online meeting, needless to say, you will leave this toggle on. Okay. So you could take advantage of this space here and maybe set an agenda. Agenda for the meeting will include, and then you could list whatever, just some things that you want the people who are joining the meeting to know. So this is where you put it. And keep in mind that any information you put here, if you've added emails, this will form part of the email body, whatever you enter here. Okay. So something else that I want us to look at is at the right of my screen. There's something called the lobby. The lobby is similar to what Zoom has as waiting rooms. So who can bypass the lobby? If you set this to everyone, then needless to say, everyone will be able to join your meeting. And then you could toggle this on so that it can record or transcribe your meeting. Click here on more options so that you can be able to look at other options that are available to you in your meeting. So again, on the lobby, you could, if you want to limit it only to people in Strathmore, you could select people in my organizations, or you could leave it to everyone, or you could even limit it to organizers and co-organizers, but we'll get to that a little later. Announce when people are dialing in to join or leave. You could toggle this on, but keep in mind, if you turn this on, it will disturb you, especially if your meeting will have a lot of people, or if it's a class. So only have this on if you know your meeting maybe has a handful of people, but generally it's safest to keep this off so that it's not beeping you and disorienting you in your meeting. Who can present? Presenting is the equivalent of sharing screen. So if you want everyone to be able to share their screen, this is where you set that up. Do you want them to unmute themselves? So this is where you set it at. So you can turn this on or off depending on whether you want people to use their microphones and cameras. If you want your class to be recorded, this is where you toggle this on. And then if you want people to be able to chat in your meeting, this is where you turn this on or off. The attendance report is also important for your analytics. So always make sure this is turned on, and then you can click save. Okay, so again, at the top center of my screen where my mouse is hovering, ensure that you have the time zone correct. By default, it should probably pick where you are setting it from, but just make sure that you're in the correct time zone so that people aren't joining meetings when it's several hours in front or behind. That's probably the most important things that you need for your classes. And then when you're satisfied with everything and you have double checked your meeting, you can probably press send. And when you press send, it will send an email to all these people and a link to them.